Here we are, MMTs. We're waiting for this Apple computer to report. 605 was a low. 609.54 was a close. Bid is 610.68 by 611. Been as high as 612. The bulls, they're all in. They believe that the quarter is going to be robust. I said, on the other hand, before we report, is that sales might not be as robust as anticipated. That the analyst community model that is used for buys and sells may be a little bit too high right now, even though they sold it $100 off the high. Going into this report right now is that any volatility down to the 200-day moving average is a buy. What we're looking at is that Apple has been halted. Some of the numbers aren't too bad, some aren't so great as we break down everything. And what Apple sees in Q1 is 1175 versus 15.53. That's a big difference. They see revs at 52 billion to 52 billion versus the 54.95 billion capital IQ consensus. So the stock is halted for a reason, and those guidances is that sandbagging the guidance is what they've always liked to do. But what we said is that maybe there could be a problem. Nonetheless, we will buy off of the dips because we've made enough money selling it short that we can get long once this thing opens up. And I'm posting the numbers in the live trading room there. It is halted right now. The time is 1:33 p.m. The date is 10/25/2012, 1:33 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. What we will do is we will come back and redo a new one when we find out when it's going to be open. Halted. Apple computer will start trading at 1650. We'll see how it opens up. A lot of controversy in the numbers. However, we've sold $100 off the high. We said there was going to be problems in the number. We're correct on that part of it. 8.67 versus 8.75. That's light. And the guidance is downside guidance. So I will come back and we'll go ahead and go through where the bottoms are and where we can buy those dips. Read it. Apple halted. Misses by 8 cents. That's the miss. Reports revs in line. Guides Q1 EPS below revs consensus. That way they can beat the next quarter. 26.9 million iPhones sold in Q4. That's higher than the estimate of 25. So they did that, and probably they had people pay for it and reported it on this quarter, or otherwise it would have probably even looked a lot worse. 14 million iPads sold in Q4 versus the street of 17 million. Big miss on the iPads. 4.9 million Macs sold in Q4 versus the street of 5 million. Company reported Q4 gross margins of 40% versus the street of 40.6%. And 38.5% is going to be the guidance now. They're taking that down. And they're going to have to. Because in 2013, those estimates up there at 40% are going to drop in value. But that's a 2013 story. Right now, the company will issue that downside guidance for Q1 and EPS of 1175. Versus 15.53. That's a huge difference in the number there. Capital IQ consensus estimates of revs. Let's say their estimates of revs were 52 billion. I mean, Apple came in at 52 billion, but their consensus was for 54.95 billion. And the company is known to sandbag the quarter. So buying the dips will be the right thing to do. Once there's a big gap down, you will trade right back up off of that bottom. The analysis was that we believed the analysts were wrong. We are right on the analysis about the earnings report. How it will trade now and the volatility is where a market maker like ourselves will buy the dips and keep selling the rips in everything that we do. Q4 earnings, in our view, are not good. The stock has dropped to $100. It will resume trading in 8 minutes. I'm live right now at 585, 587. I got hit at 585. I'm in at 585. I'm going to keep a tight stop. Yes, I bought that low right down here at 585. That was my order. I am net long at 585. As I said in the pre-market video that we would buy at 585. We got that long side. Look at that baby rip off of that bottom. We said it in pre-market that we would buy it at the 200-day moving average and the 10-month moving average, and we're burning and we'll sell our profits. That is how it opened on the low end. I will sell into the glory. That is how you buy.